Okay, hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more Phantasy Star 2. If you notice, we're in town and not in the dungeon where I left off. That's because I just, literally just now jumped on and was like, okay, let me try to get back to town real quick off camera because this is going to take quite a while. It actually didn't take that long. I got out of the dungeon on like my third attempt and I made a save state, and then I got back to town on my second attempt. So it was pretty easy, you know, we just get a little camera shy sometimes. But anyways, we made it back to town. We revived everybody because everybody fucking died. Amy made it back to town by herself. And we just healed up. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this right now that I might be expecting a phone call sometime during this video. So if the mic cuts out completely, then you know what happened. But I don't know exactly if that phone call is gonna come today or when, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna stock up Amy on some trimates because we already have too much, because I need some extra healing, you know. And we're also gonna make our save state right here because it would really suck if I died like getting back to the dungeon or at the beginning of the dungeon and I had to buy all these fucking healing items again. Oh, this game's tough. I was thinking about it like right now and a little bit last night when I started talking about like how I'm feeling about this game, and like this is definitely an old game. I feel like it's padded out a lot of its gameplay and story, or it's padded out a lot of time by like making things hit really hard and making things cost a lot of money. So in order to circumvent like needing money and experience, you get into a bunch of encounters, and they made that easier by making the encounter rate really high, but it just like it doesn't necessarily make for, damn, we got wiped. It doesn't necessarily make for like a great experience because it's just padded out time. Like, how much of my time in this game did I spend, especially early on, just grinding for money and levels? And I definitely spent like 3 hours just grinding for levels once I had all my party members. Which is which is not great design for me personally. Because I mean, I understand this is a Genesis game. This was made in 1989. I feel like they could have done more than just fill the game out with pretty much soft money and experience requirements that don't end up being that soft because it's a lot. Like, you need a lot of money to buy items in this game, and you need a lot of experience because you need a lot of levels. So, damn. My Uber Eats driver today is the same guy that delivered to me yesterday. Oh, we get days. So I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Today we've got right now I've just got a coffee, but when the food gets here I'll have some Denny's, a nice grand sandwich, maybe another coffee, glass of water. Was I saying? Oh yeah. So I just feel like really locking a lot of stuff behind like kind of these artificial caps just makes the game makes it not great because you have to spend a lot of time grinding. And that's a very JRPG thing to do anyways. Like, in JRPGs, you're supposed to hit a point where you probably just need a little something else so you grind. Or you're strapped for cash, so you grind. It's totally normal, but I think like the amount of times it's been required in this game, even compared to the first game, it's pretty ridiculous. I give the first game a little bit of a pass in that regard because the first game is even older. And I already know from like very small amounts of research that Phantasy Star 3 and 4 are also going to have me doing quite a bit of grinding like right at the beginning. So I think that might just be a flaw with these games, but I mean, I can definitely say it's probably because they're just so old. Right, I did feel the need to grind quite a bit in Final Fantasy 2, which I played, which is also quite a bit older. And I've played other older games, not on here, just like other, you know, old Super Nintendo era games, where I felt like I had to do a lot of grinding. I think maybe what's rubbing me the wrong way about this one is I don't feel like the story is very strong. I think the story in this game is very weak, which means my overall experience is pretty weak. But anyways, up here we go all the way around all the damn pits for fucking ever. Here is the Nay armor. So this Nay armor, we're gonna give it to Cain. Per the guide that I'm using, you would give it to Rudolph, I'm sorry, Rudo. But I don't have Rudo. And I'm being led to believe that maybe that's not the best answer. It probably isn't. But I mean, that's fine. I kind of like this guy. He's a cool dude. Maybe I'll change him out soon-ish. But there's really actually not that much room to make that kind of change. I should have just teleported out of this dungeon. I shouldn't have even let myself get in this encounter. Whatever. There's really not a lot of room left for me to switch up my party. Because we just finished Goron. And now we're going to go to Ikato. After Ikato, we have Naval. And then from Naval, we go to the final dungeon. So really, like, there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of room left. This one. I'm also actively uploading videos right now. So if you start watching these videos and you notice they have a lot of like, they don't have names that I put any time into, and they don't have any hey, what you would call it, like descriptions really. It's because I did so much recording that actually taking into consideration like what I was doing. Let's see. How do I feel about switching up my party members? Because I know Mother Brain and Dark Force don't count as robots. Which means Cain gets to be kind of useless. I wonder if I just put Rudo back in the party. If I do, like, and I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. But he'll use more Nay armor than most characters. Huh. He is pretty underleveled at this point. I could also switch over to using Hugh, who will use no Nay armor. And then I just have the Nay armor, Nay shot with nobody to go to. Let's go get my boy Rudo back. I like that transition much more than I liked the one in Phantasy Star 1. Although I did think the one in the first game was pretty cool. No. Let's pick our companions. So we're taking Papa Rudo, Anna, and Amy. Yeah. Sure is cool, but I don't think she's really worth it. Fuck. Oh. I wonder if there's a way to get the items from him without fuck. Without having to like switch my party up. Okay, so we got Rudo, Anna, and Amy. Pick your companions wisely. Nope. I just need him to give me these items. Okay. Kane was a cool party member. He was a good guy to have around. But, oops. For the way I've been playing the game, I think it'll just be better just to take Rudo. So he gets the Nay armor. I don't like how most things that you do will close the menu, but for some reason changing your equipment does not close the menu. Does she equip the Nay cape? No. Who equips the Nay cape? Amy equips the Nay cape. It's also kind of scuffed that like you get these eight pieces of Nay armor. You have 7 party members, but I feel like I don't feel incentivized to give it to a lot of like really spread these out because I'm not using all 7 of my party members. Realistically, I'm only using 5 of them. And so then you end up with like by the end of this, Amy will have 2. Rudo will have 2. Nas will only have 1, and Anna will only have 1. 4, 6. And what am I missing? Because there's 8, right? Do I just not use the other ones? That's crazy. Yeah, and you just don't use the other ones because they suck. I mean, I get that. I understand that they're supposed to be kind of designed to like so that one could go to each party member. Oh fuck. One could go to each party member, but there's no reason to do that. And so then when you end up with your party, you end up having people that don't have any, or you end up having items that don't get used at all. Where the fuck am I? Cool, my driver knows that it was me again. Actually, I don't remember where this town is on the map. So let's try, we're just gonna leave. Oh, okay. Okay, I see it, I see it. This is fucking annoying. I don't know why it switches Amy back to defending every time, too. So just so Bruto doesn't die. Like, as much as I can get some levels on him without him dying, that'd be cool. Because he's not super far behind, but he's a little bit. Hey. Shut up. Thanks, you too. Oh yeah, the food's here. Alright. So we've got our Grand Slamwich from Denny's. I had the same Uber Eats delivery driver, and I think that's really cool. And he remembered. But I guess it was just yesterday, so... Okay. Oh yeah. Just gonna heal. Yeah, so Rudo's not like super far behind, and he has a lot of health and defensive stats. It's just that his items right now are not, or his armor right now is not like where it should be because he was out of the party for a while. So his weapon can be upgraded. But a lot of his armor is fine. Oops. I have a tri. Oh, do I not? Oh, Kane had a tri-mate. Kane had a single tri-mate. His weapons or his armor is actually like pretty okay because he's gonna use the Nay armor anyways. So the only thing that needs to be changed is his helmet. I took like 2 steps. And his weapon. And the reason I'm not going to change his weapon is because I'm not going to buy him a weapon right now and then get the Nay shot in this dungeon that we're walking to because he's going to use the Nay shot. So kind of would defeat the purpose of wasting all my fucking money on a gun. The dungeon's right there! So there's one other thing that I've really like kind of ignored, and that's that I could use Sure to steal a bunch of items. Like a bunch of healing items. But I don't want to do that. Because when I had to try to steal just 2 fire things, it was so boring. And it's because you have to, like, you steal something or you run in and out of the store until she leaves. And then you have to walk back to your house to see what she stole. That's bad. It's not fun. It's lame. What if you don't know that's how her mechanic works? And you're just like, oh, well, she fucking left. I guess naturally you would be like, okay, well, I need another party member, so you would go back home. I guess that works. But it's still not cool. It's not cool that you have to do that every time. Because if you're trying to get, like, certain items, then you're just running back and forth between the store and your house a lot. And running in and out of the store a bunch. You look like a fucking idiot. I have 2 trimates left. Should have bought more. Okay, so this dungeon is up here. This dungeon won't be as long, and in, you know, massive air quotes, as the last one. So it won't have as many floors, but it will be a little bit trickier. I think Goron was not tricky at all, and it was just long because it had a lot of floors. But there was no actual challenge in that dungeon, other than those fire things. So this is Ikuto. This is the entrance to Ikuto. So the main thing about this dungeon is that there's stairs in a lot of places. But instead of taking the stairs to go down a lot, we're gonna fall into these pits. Right up and left. Jesus. I like how Anna's out here gaining levels and Rudo is not. Everybody's pretty low. I have 1 trimate left? Yeah. We'll use it on Rudo. We'll just have Naz Gi-Res himself twice. And Amy 1 time. Okay. So we can walk past this pit to this pit. This is not... I would not say this is bad dungeon design. Because I play SMT games. But this is not the kind of dungeon design that I'm particularly big on. But I have a guide. So I know which ones to take. So this is the Nay shot. And we're going to give the Nay shot to Rudo. This is his weapon upgrade. This is what I've... pretty much why I took him, because... as far as I know, this is the best gun in the game. We're going to equip the name it as well. This is pretty much the best gun in the game. Yeah, strongest gun in the game. Use Heinous to exit. See me later. Make a save state. Yeah, so far I don't think this has been an annoying dungeon, but I have a guide. And I think you should have a guide too. That's another thing about this game. I don't think this is the kind of game that I would recommend playing without having a guide. So we take the left pit, and we're gonna walk down. We're gonna take this pit. Walk a bit to the left. And take this pit. Get into an enemy encounter. Yeah. So like supposedly I have the best gun in the game. But I'm still getting chunked. So let's Girez Nas. She has Nares. She can Nares Ruda. Yeah, that costs 13. It's not that bad. Okay. And then we go this way to the left, avoiding these pits. Oh, it's the sword. I fought the swords before. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's the first wipe in this dungeon, so that's not that bad, actually. Okay. So this pit... Shit. This pit... This pit... To the left. It's pretty easy to get here. I think, yeah, I would say that this is the kind of like trial and error dungeon that I would expect from this era of game, which is fine. Alright. If I had to do this on my own, I would not be super upset about it. I wouldn't be thrilled. For sure. But, I mean, I wouldn't be like crazy fucking mad that I have to do this. And I definitely wouldn't be like out here getting frustrated about it. Because there's kind of no point in, oh my god. It's kind of no point in getting frustrated at this kind of dungeon design. It's like, this is how they make the game more difficult, right? It's also how they kind of pad it out. But this is a fair thing. It's totally fair if you pick the wrong pit because you don't know any better. Because the game, that's how the game is designed. It's designed for you to not know which pits to take, so that then you get your graph paper out and you start mapping this shit out as you go and marking down which holes you're supposed to take and which ones you're not supposed to take. Makes it immersive, and it makes it quite time consuming. I'm not fighting these. Never mind, yeah, I am. Oh, baby! I hope the third and fourth game don't have me just out here fucking dying every time a sword looks at me. Let's try this again. I'm really trying to eat this sandwich too, but I'm really trying to like stop dying in this dungeon. Like, I probably have to take advantage of spells and shit if I run into these swords. But my main concern is that if I'm taking advantage of some of my very expensive high damaging spells, then I don't have technique points to escape the dungeon. Okay. Oops. Let's turn that off. The other issue is that, like, I have Anna, And she has spells. I don't know what they do. Because, like a lot of games, right, in order to differentiate itself, hold on. Go up, right, and down. Hold on, where am I landed? Over here. Okay, up, right, down. Okay. Yeah, because like a lot of games, this wanted to differentiate itself by giving its spells weird names, which is fine. You know, I'm a big SMT fan as well, and those have some names that were weird for me when I started playing SMT games. But it's because there's no like way of knowing what the spell you're trying to use is, and that's what makes it annoying. It's like, I'm sure if you have the game manual because you bought the game on the Sega Genesis, that shit'll tell you. Well, I don't. So instead I have to I have the internet right here where I can look up what all these spells do, but it's like I have to stop moving so I can look up what a spell does, just to find out that it's like speed boost or something. Oh, this is a wipe. Unless I can escape. Nope. We trapped. Nas is dead. Fuck, we got away. I don't think I want to continue without Nas because I have to figure out a way to escape this dungeon. So now we just go down? Straight down? Is it straight down? Ah, here it is. Oh, baby. Nice. A fight against 3 swords right in front of the treasure chest that I'm trying to get to. Okay, Rudo died. Fuck! Damn. Damn it! Okay, guys, so that's gonna be it for this. So next time we're gonna try to get this fucking item. Fuck. Thanks for stopping by.